Okay, today I'm going to make these Duncan Hines red velvet. Let's see if I can get a little closer. I'm doing it solo, so I'm going to do these red velvet brownies, and they look really good, they sound really good. They are, as prepared, they're 170 calories, and there's 6 servings. I'm sorry, there's 16 servings. So I'm going to cut. If you take this pan and cut it into 16 brownies, it's 170 calories, which is, I can't even imagine how you cut 16 brownies out of that pan. Me and Tammy used to eat, way back when, 4 servings in this pan with frosting, but we don't do that anymore, but we used to. So anyway, so what you need, and it also has, it's a Decadent Brownie mix, and you also have, it has a pouch of cream cheese flavored topping on it that you put on top too. I bought this at Target for $2, and just walking by and just happened to see it. So what you need is you preheat your oven to 350, which it'll probably beep here in just a second. I've got a metal pan, so that's 350, and we're going to take the brownie mix and put it in this pan, in a bowl. There's the mix, and here's the topping covering. So let me see if I can grab a pair of scissors. It smells good. So I dump that in the bowl, and you need 2 eggs. Since we want fudgy brownies, we're going to do 1/3 cup of water and 1/3 cup of oil. And I've already got my oil measured out, and then I'll have to measure my water out. So we're basically going to take the brownie mix, the oil, the eggs, and the water, and put it all in this pan and just in the bowl and stir it up. So I'm going to eggs in. Eggs don't crack very well in a plastic bowl. Okay, 1/3 cup of oil, and then I need 1/3 cup of water. Now I'm just going to stir it all up, and it says about 50 strokes going around, but who knows? I'll just get it to where it's mixed up pretty good. There's kind of what it looks like. It's pretty thick batter, about the consistency of like a pancake batter or something. Alright, and then I'm going to pour this into a greased baking sheet or baking pan. It either wants an 8x8 or a 9x9, so this one is a 9x9. Yeah, and just kind of take your spoon and spread it kind of evenly. Okay, and this is going to go in the oven, since it's a 9x9 pan, it's going to go in the oven 30 to 33 minutes. So I'm going to stick this in the oven, and I'll be right back. Okay, the brownies are out of the oven, and what you do to make sure they're okay, you take a toothpick and stick it 1 inch in from the side, and if it comes out clean, then they're ready. That means they're firmed up enough to not be runny anymore. So they're good shape. So what you have to do is you have to let them cool off completely, and then we'll do the packet that goes on top. So they have to cool off completely. I'm going to move these over to this wood butcher block and let them cool off for a while. It'll take a while before they cool off, and then I'll be back to show you how to put the topping on. Alright, our brownies have had time to cool off, and there's what they were. They have a definite red tint to them, but they've set out, they've cooled off. I've got my icing packet here, and I'm just going to snip the very corner. There's the packet, and I'm not going to snip very much of it off. Just a little corner of it. And then I'm going to like drizzle it back and forth and make lines, kind of like you would a toaster strudel or something like that. Probably could have went smaller than that even, but I think this will be good. Missed that spot. I really just want to make sure I have enough icing for it. I probably could have done a smaller slot than that actually, because that's going to be pretty thick. So I'm going to have to spread it out a little bit. No, I might have just enough to cover the end. Just enough. I was just right. So that's not too bad. I mean, yes, I could have done the whole of it smaller, but it's okay. It works. You'll get plenty to eat when you're tasting it. The frosting's not very good by itself, I don't think. So the recipe says cut it into 16 pieces. There's no way I can cut that in 16 pieces, but I will just cut a bite out to taste, and I'll just cut out this little corner right here. That's probably what the size would be if you were to try 16 pieces, honestly. There's what it looks like in the inside. That's not a super sweet brownie, is it?
I do not care for that icing at all. I
don't either. Well, I said that you don't want to eat it by itself. You don't really. You want to eat it on the brownie.
No. What kind of icing is it?
It's a cream cheese.
It's not a good cream cheese. I like cream cheese
flavored topping.
Yeah, I like cream cheese icing, and that it's almost sour.
Yeah, it is. Which cream cheese? Some of it is sour, but not a sweet cream. We're used to icing, not cream cheese. I don't know that I would buy these again. The brownies, I don't think I would buy these brownies at all again, because the topping's not that great, but honestly the brownie's not all that great. It's a very, it's a moist brownie. The texture is good, but the flavor is just not very strong. It's not very sweet. It's not very flavorful. I'd rather just have a good old-fashioned chocolate brownie, honestly.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed.
I am too, and I made the fudge type brownie, and these are more like, I guess they're kind of like fudge, but they're more like cake, honestly. They're pretty...
Did you mention the other kinds
they're pretty
that you could
cake-like.
make?
They also had one that was the what was it, Decadent?
The recipe on the box, you can make it different ways.
You can make cookies with that frosting on the bottom.
Yeah, cookies, but then you could make like a low-fat one.
Right, with the applesauce.
You wouldn't want it to taste any worse than this. This isn't good.
There was a different kind of these that, they weren't brownies, they were red velvet cupcakes. If you want to try that. And they were the Decadent cupcakes, and basically it was a cupcake with a pastry bag, and you poke it in the middle and you squirt the cream cheese frosting on the inside. If that cream cheese frosting tasted like this, though, I wouldn't want that much of it. I mean, it was a little hot. So I want to try it without that frosting, just see if it was any better.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because that frosting, it covered your whole...
Sorry, the cat jumped from where he shouldn't have. Thought he was going to break his neck.
It tainted your whole... the flavor of it.
It is a little bit better without the frosting. Let me see if I can give you a bite without the frosting, see if you agree with me.
Do I really want to?
Just a little. It's a little bit edge. Try that bite without the frosting on it. I'm telling you. It is better without the frosting, which is sad. It's still not great. I still would buy it again. It does taste better though.
It's better without the frosting, but it's not a good brownie at all.
It's not one I would buy. Unless you're just a die-hard red velvet cream cheese fanatic, I would pass on this
one. And I like red velvet and cream cheese.
I do too.
And I don't like that.
I would pass on this one. I don't think I would buy this one again.